the chow hall ever again. You're not stuck in an information black hole. One of the biggest problems is you don't get most news sources. It's not like there's a daily paper. So here we can go out, we can read the news. It's some form of entertainment. You can take care of stuff back home. You can do your online courses. And you're not just separated. You know, it doesn't feel like you're too far away from home and you can still talk to all your friends. You can still know what's going on. Like before I was out on this, I was with the Marines and we did 2 6-month floats overseas and you completely miss it. You completely miss like what movies are playing, what people are talking about. You're just off in your own little world. With this system, at least we know what everybody else is doing. And questions? Come on, I got like 2 minutes.
What's the biggest technical issue you faced rolling all of this out?
Everything all at once. That's what it was. It was not having enough time to actually sit down and plan everything. It was more like, hey, we want this, we need this now.
Roll it out to a large number of people simultaneously up front?
Yeah, it was like, hey, we need to get this done, and why is it going to take more than a week to do it? And they have a tendency to think that this is the same thing as Comcast, where there's an infrastructure and people aren't shooting at you, and it's actually a nice place to live and work. They just were like, well, Comcast only charges $40. Why does it cost us? It's like, I'm not even going to read. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, let's see if they offer service out here. Go to their little website and punch in your area code. Oh, you don't have a phone. Maybe that has something to do with it. In the back? Yeah, and I'm actually a little bit pissed off at Skype. Because when we first got there, it worked great. They had about 2.5 million people logged on, because we have to go through Skype in Europe rather than Skype in the United States. They had about 2.5 million people using it, and it worked beautifully. It didn't take up too much bandwidth. You could get nice calls back home. It was cheap. It was great. More people catch on, and now it's up to like 5 million users at any given time. And so I got all these guys coming to me wanting to know why Skype doesn't work. And it's like, guys, I don't run Skype. It's their problem. They're like, but it worked a month ago. I'm like, yeah, it's not me. Skype needs to expand their servers. But yeah, the only thing we block is the hard phone, like Vonage phones, because they'll take about 80 kilobits. And 80 kilobits for one call is okay. 80 kilobits divided up against 10 guys on their phones, and it crashes the whole system. We do traffic prioritization, but still doesn't fix everything.
You ever consider just setting up like a bank of phones that the guys can come and use for like a set amount of time, like calling guards?
Yeah, but AT&T already offers that on the base. They actually already have a system like that set up, so there hasn't been a huge demand for it. Okay.
What do you use to prioritize the traffic?
Smoothwall actually takes care of all of it. Just a basic quality of service script that you can go in and set up. I set it up to split high, low, and slow traffic. High would be our web traffic, stuff like that. Low would be our webcams, voice over IP, and instant messenger traffic. And then slow is anything that like shouldn't really even be going on anyway. But I just block everything out as slow, that I don't know where else to put it.
You said you were running Smoothwall. Are you running 3.0? Or are you still?
Actually, it's Smoothwall Corporate 4. I haven't really checked in. If I was going to go with a completely free solution, which I would do if I had to do it all over again, I'd just run the latest version of IPCOP, because the add-on packages of that are just freaking awesome.
So besides UPSs, what else is on your wish list that if it fell off the truck tomorrow?
Oh, what I'd want? A PepLink load balancer and 2 more small Soho satellite dishes. What I'd love to get is 2 more dishes, have 2 cheap, like $1,500 a month ones, so I could offer services like online gaming, going out 1 dish, like dedicated voice over IP off another dish, and then the big dish serving everything else. Then run it into the PEP box and into the rest of the network. That's what I'd love to have.
What type of latency do you see on the satellite uplink, and how does it affect you?
About 650 megabits per second, and that's the biggest reason why I don't let online gaming, because I don't want to deal with their tech issues, and that and bandwidth.
I don't know how many updates they have for the commercial Smoothwall, but have you had any problems running updates on that? Because I know when I tried to use it, because I use IPCOP, and I tried to use Smoothwall, and like you have to do their updates in sequential order?
But whenever I get them, it just says, hey, you have an update. And I go, okay, we'll install it. And I install it, and I wait until the generator to go out to reboot it on its own. And I haven't run into a problem. I think that's one of the things that they kind of do for you if you pay them money, which is why I don't think I'd go back to them again, because I think their actual free open source product, they're cutting the legs out from under it just so they sell more copies of the corporate version. I'm done? Okay. Well, see you guys. Okay. I think it went pretty well. These guys are pretty cool.
No, yeah.
Before I start talking.